Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So, happy Friday. Bitcoin pumps to a new yearly high. It broke through a very important resistance, and it's getting ready to blast off. So, let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin, why it's ready to blast off, and what else is going on in the world today. Let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. And the market bell has just rung. You know what? Santa Rally is here. We are in December. November was fantastic. October was even better. Are we going to mimic, excuse me, are we going to mimic the 2016 cycle where Bitcoin had a plus 31% month in December? Are we going to see that? If so, it will be crazy. Crazy. Right now, the U.S. market's opening up in the red. But I did notice that Coinbase opening up in the green. Tesla, not so good after their Cybertruck announcement yesterday. But overall, here's a couple interesting things. I saw this from Reuters. Tech giants lead surge in global mega caps as inflation eases. And then you could see all the big boys right here. Apple, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, even Berkshire Hathaway, and then Tesla. You know, you got all the big caps. Okay, the biggest companies on the planet that are doing quite well. And that is why, you know what? Reuters also reported that, hey, this old notion of holding 60-40 is working. Had the best month since 1991. And what is that 60-40? 60% in equities and 40% in bonds. Literally, I don't know anyone like that is following this. But somehow this is still a strategy, right? Especially the 60% was held in tech, in these big companies. That would make sense, but 40% in treasuries, I don't know. But here's the thing. You know what's better? You know what's better? Just going all in on Bitcoin. that's the ultimate strategy. The one that Michael Saylor is proud to be utilizing. I mean, he keeps showing this since 2020 till now. Microstrategy stock is up 300% because they employed a Bitcoin strategy. Bitcoin is up 221% since then. More than double of Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Netflix, Amazon. Even more than Oracle. Way more than gold, which is actually negative 2%. And way more than silver and bonds. So why would you need to do this? Why would you go 60-40 with your portfolio when you could go 100% and be up way more? Way more. You think about it. Also, it's weird. CNBC just reported this too. Charlie Munger, in one of his last interviews, said Berkshire Hathaway would have been worth double if he and Warren Buffett used leverage. Okay, meaning that they could have borrowed money or utilized other ways to leverage what they had and buy more. You know what? If Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett simply bought a little bit of Bitcoin, they would have been worth tenfold, 100-fold. They had all the time in the world to buy just a little bit of Bitcoin, right? So that shows you Bitcoin is the way. Nothing outperforms it. If you know what you're holding on to, you know that it's the most valuable asset we have, okay? This is the right strategy. Well, of course, you mix it in with a few alts, maybe a little bit of games, which I talked about last night, right? But overall, Bitcoin strategy is the one that works. And MicroStrategy stock, speaking of, is also going up and about to form a new yearly high. I mean, any stock right now that relates to Bitcoin they're all skyrocketing, even though the market itself isn't doing that well, but Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related stocks are. So because of today, we smashed through this, okay? You can see I drew this red line here. Bitcoin has not been able to smash through 38.4. We tested it a few times, 1, 2, 3. And then today, shortly ago, we smashed through, but we came back down a little bit. But still, we're well above 38. We've been gaining momentum, gaining momentum, gaining momentum. It would not shock me. We retest this, go up again, and we may end the day at 39,000. The day is young. We may get that 39,000 today, and then you know what comes after 39,000? 40,000. 40,000 could be right around the corner. So many people are looking at this, looking at the metrics, looking at the fundamentals, things that I've been talking about forever, how they just keep on getting better. There's massive amount of Bitcoins being moved off the exchanges from retail investors, from institutional investors, from whales, from everyone, especially when Michael Saylor just bought another $600 million worth of Bitcoin and he's pulled it off the exchanges. Okay, probably from Coinbase. But this keeps happening, right? I mean, I just keep trying to dumb this down for everyone. Price moves according to supply and demand keeps on going up and supply keeps on going down. It's, regardless of everything else that's happening, just know it's a supply and demand game. And demand keeps going up and supply keeps going down. It's just that simple. And after 40,000, what can we look forward to? Well, according to Matrixport, we're going to see 64,000 by April of 2024 and 125,000 by the end of 2024. That's just 1 year from now. That's basically tripling or, quadrupling. Just think about that. Bitcoin this time next year while I'm streaming, I'm pretty sure I'll be streaming next year at this point in time, knock on wood, Bitcoin could be at 125,000. And then I can't say the same thing. I can't say the same thing as right now, which is it's still cheap. I mean, when Bitcoin is above six figures, saying cheap is hard to do. 37,000, 38,000, 40,000, still cheap. We're below our previous high. And Bitcoin can be heading to 125, 150, $200,000. Yeah, it's still cheap. But this time next year at 125,000, it's going to be hard for me to say that it's still cheap. But think about the gains that's still on the table for you guys, right? So halving event, 64,000, that's close to our previous high, and then we double from there, and that's what we can expect next year. And it's not just Matrixport. Standard Charter already said that too, 120,000 by the end of 2024. These are from some major players here, not just some random analysts. These are some major players. Look at that, JB. Merry Christmas, George. Keep doing your thing. We love you. That's a huge $100 super chat. Love you, my man. Appreciate that. Just saw another comment there. But yeah, I mean, that just shows you, there's so much enthusiasm right now, so much hype. Everyone wants a piece. And Bitcoin is only going to get stronger. Call options, okay, shows bullish indicator, no duh. I've been showing you guys all the short liquidations. Like, who wants to be shorting Bitcoin? If you enjoy losing money constantly by the boatloads, then yeah, you should probably short Bitcoin. But otherwise, you go long, you go aggressive, right? This is the time to be more aggressive than conservative. Here's a guy, a random guy off the street. Just kidding. Rick, who is a asset manager of $240 billion. So not just some random guy on the street. Says financial advisors are waiting for Bitcoin ETF before recommending Bitcoin to clients. Well, what do you know? We're going to get Bitcoin ETFs within a month. The first week of January, we're going to get some spot ETFs. So I think we can satisfy that demand, right? Pretty soon. It's not like we've been talking about ETFs. I mean, imagine me. Like, I've been talking about ETFs since 2017 and 2020. I mean, 2021. I mean, I'm sick of talking about waiting for spot ETF approvals, but imagine when it actually comes next month, right? Or the end of this month. Finally, we don't have to look forward to it. It'll be here, right? And then it's going to open up so much liquidity, basically, to Bitcoin. You have a lot of financial advisors and hedge funds and pension funds and retirement funds that previously would never dare to touch Bitcoin. They will all be coming in. Massive liquidity coming in. So, looking at some TA, I told you guys we broke above important resistance, right? Let's see if we could get back up there. But right now, it's looking pretty good. The way this is looking, you know, not only are we forming higher highs, we're starting to go up parabolically. So according to this trader, 42,000 is the next stop sometime in December. Where will we be by the end of December? Who knows? Can we close out 42, 45,000, possibly as high as 50,000? If we went up 30% this month, just like what happened in the 2016 December, then we would close right around $50,000. Okay. But look at this. We got similar patterns. And again, who knows how high we will be by the end of 2024. A lot of people think 125,000. And who knows where we will be after 2025. This one goes up so high that it shows by 2025, Bitcoin will be at 680,000. I don't know if Bitcoin could go to 680,000 by the end of this cycle, but eventually, maybe next cycle, very, very possible. The next cycle, Bitcoin could end at $1 million. Think about that. This is like a macro perspective. This is looking at the liquidity of the U.S. market. And whenever liquidity goes up, Bitcoin also goes up. So obviously that makes sense. When there's a lot of money being sloshed around, there's going to be money coming into Bitcoin and crypto. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? So it's looking very, very, very good, guys. Very good as we start December. The most bullish month of the year. Santa is around the corner. Lastly, as for a few alt news, this is making waves. Starknet, which is another L2, they secretly or accidentally revealed their airdrop plans. And why this is important is because that's what other L2s did, like Arbitrum. And look at how big Arbitrum is and Optimism. Basically, they came out with these criteria, and if you hit it, you got some free tokens. So this was released. So basically, you could have 5 commits to a repository, or you have an address at least 4 times. Was one of the first 1,000 addresses to interact with the smart contract, or you staked in the Ethereum 2.0 before the merge, or you use a StarX-based system. So these are criteria, right? So if you've met one of these, you could be airdrop Stark tokens in the near future, right? And Starknet, if you're wondering, they do have a robust ecosystem ready. So it's one of those not unknown, because it's not on CMC. You can't really see it. They don't have a token yet, but they will soon. Just like Arbitrum and Optimism and everyone else that's out there. And then lastly, I saw this. KuCoin pledged 20,000 grant to the Tongue Foundation. Okay, Tonguecoin is gaining a lot of strength because there's a lot of people that think Telegram can become a super app, and that's what Tonguecoin is all about, just building dApps on top of Telegram. So that's quite interesting. 20,000 is really not a whole lot, but just a few months ago, Maxi gave them an 8-figure sum, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, I don't know, but that's a lot of money. So Tonguecoin, obviously one of the big boys now, have been moving up a lot on the chart. Could be going up a lot more in the future. All right, that is pretty much it. Today is a pretty good day. Bitcoin leading the way. Ethereum slowly coming up too. Yay. Ethereum may be up 20 to 2100 soon, starting to gain a little bit of momentum. Avalanche coming up in a big way, 6% today. That's awesome. And everything else is trending up. Caspa's up. Yeah, today's a good day. Today is a good day, and Bitcoin's leading the way. Let's see. Bitcoin is at 38.4 right now. You know, it's retracing a little bit. Looking on the 1 hour, it's coming down a little bit. But once this resets, I mean, if we break above and hold above there, we could be seeing 39,000 by the end of today, or possibly even higher. I mean, that's a very short gap right there, right? That's only 700 points. Then going above, if we keep pushing above this, can we hit 40,000, let's say by the end of this weekend? It's not far-fetched. It could happen. It could happen. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up there. Let me scroll up the chat. Already had a JB super chat. Appreciate that. Aldo asked about, can you look at DAG? Constellation? I know about them, but they just don't have any momentum. They lost it all. I was bullish on Constellation before because they were working with the U.S. Air Force. They're layer 0. They do different kind of smart contracts, very secure, but they just lost a lot of momentum, Aldo. Samuel, why don't you like a data anymore? Should I sell? I can't tell you. Don't ask questions if you should sell or buy. You make that decision. Because the Cadena team effed up. That's what happened. They effed up. And they alienated all their partners. Dominic, thanks for the offer, but no thanks. Christopher asked, George, I've been hearing some big news out of next week. How can you be hearing news from the future? Have any idea what it may be? No. And where are you hearing it from? And how can you hear news from the future? Jose, AIOZ. I haven't had a time to look at it, but I'm cautious because I heard Banter pumped it up. So whenever things get pumped up, they tend to come down really fast too. So I would be careful. But I don't know. It could be a fantastic project. It could be absolutely fantastic. Again, it's pumping. So I don't know. I can't tell you if it's good or not, but just be careful of pumps. Smile says, everyone is so bearish. George is always bullish. At this point in time, I don't know how anyone could be bearish. Like, I really don't. XRP releasing some kind of coin. Okay. I don't know. I didn't hear about that. How's Avalanche doing? It is doing fantastic. I just covered last night, did something new, covered 3 games on Avalanche. Got half the views. A lot of you guys just don't care about games. That's fine. But I'm still going to bring alpha. But Avalanche does seem to have a very robust ecosystem right now. So I'm bullish on Avalanche. I've been saying that for a while. What are your thoughts on GFall? I haven't done a deep dive yet, so I can't say for sure. If you're looking for gaming platforms, it's still Gala #1. Vulcan is #2. And GFall may be #3, but I haven't done a deep dive on them yet. They're still relatively low. Yeah. But Vulcan is starting to pick up steam. I know they've been going up 172. They're doing pretty good today. And Gala, where's Gala? Is still doing good too. Man, those founders just need to cut their lawsuits. They need to stop their lawsuits for the betterment of the community. Crypto Crabman. Good alpha. I can't believe DeFi Kingdom's actual game now. See, that's the thing. Like, I was off the DeFi Kingdom's bandwagon for so long. Even when I became advisor for Mythic Swap. Okay? I'm like, I think Mythic could do well. Very well. But DeFi Kingdom's still not sold. Until I sat down and went over with the team. Like, all the new things that they're building is actually turning it into a game. An actual game. For years, they were just a DeFi project hidden inside what looked like a game, but it was really not a game at all. Now they're actually turning it into a game, so that makes me more hopeful that they can make a comeback because it actually seems decently fun, and there's things to do. It locks people in there, right? It's very, what do game makers call it? Very, there's a term that they use, very sticky or something. So I'm hoping that they can turn around and people, you know, will have fun playing the game and still have DeFi elements within it. Thoughts on Sushi Swap? Can it recapture all-time high? The Sushi Swap is one that I feel like it cannot. Just to be honest. I keep hearing bad things about them. They run out of money. They get sold. They get bought by someone. They run out of money. They get hacked. Like, I just hear nothing but bad news about Sushi Swap. So can they go up 20x back to the previous high? I have my doubts. I don't think so. If you want to swap, just go with Uniswap. Uniswap will for sure, but I don't know about Sushi Swap. Let's check out my leverage plays. Ooh, I threw an avalanche. I threw a 15x avalanche this morning, maybe at the wrong time, but down a little bit. But what's not down is my Bitcoin. Bitcoin up 118%. That's looking pretty good. My Solana's up 125%. ADA, last night I was complaining how ADA was not moving, but it moved a little bit. Plus 49%. Matic is still plus 17%. Wish Matic would move more. Avalanche, waiting for that to come back up. Well, I irresponsibly threw this when it was too high, but I have a feeling I like Avalanche. I hold a lot of Avalanche, so I think Avalanche go do well. I think Matic's go do well. Solana's go do well. Bitcoin, of course, is go do well. ADA, questionable if they're go do well. Just kidding, they will do well. All these big caps, okay, they're going to do well. They're going to go back to their previous highs, and they will shatter them. See, that's the thing. Like someone like Cardano, for example. Cardano has to go up, what, 7x to get back to their previous high. Right, at $3. 7, 8, yeah, 7x. But that's just to get back to previous high. That's not anticipating what's going to happen afterwards, right? Can they go up another 3x or 4x or 5x after they hit $3 again? That would place Cardano at like $10, $15. If you think about it, that's crazy. Just like Crypto Frank just gifted 10 memberships. So just think about that. A 7x just to get back to the previous high, and then another 3 to 5x after that. That's a lot of money on the table. And this is from one of the biggest projects out there. So sometimes you don't have to go with small caps. Sometimes you don't have to go with something completely new. You could go with what exists, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with just sticking with Bitcoin either. Simon says, almost up 1K on my swing trade. Congrats. Make sure you take profits. Those swing trades, they move very, very quickly. See, these don't move as much because these are big caps. But like if you're doing a swing trade on something small, they move really, really quickly, and you could get liquidated very quickly. Luna Classic is still going. Big Time is a gaming company. They're doing well. Celestia is still doing well. Beam, I just covered Beam last night. I should have bought Beam last night. I just covered Beam. They are a sub-chain on, or they're a subnet on Avalanche. And I didn't know this, but Shrapnel, which I also covered yesterday, was on top of Beam. And another project I'm associated with, Amino Rewards, is also on Beam. And they seem to be killing it. So Beam actually could be a very good hold for this cycle because they're still relatively small at 400 million. But they're just killing it with games right now. Yeah, I should have added some Beam. I should take some profits and add some Beam, but it's a bad idea to do it at plus 8% already. Bitcoin still looking like it wants to come up. Alpha, I appreciate that. Jan is asking, is Pi Network legit? I've always thought it was not. People have always said bad things about it, so that's why. Cardano will pump less this time. Why? Why do you think so? What the hell? Ryan. Canadian $100. Thank you. I love your new portion of the coin analysis. Merry Christmas to you. You're absolutely my favorite. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I try my best to help you guys get educated, be a little entertaining, and now trying to bring as much alpha as I can. Thank you. Cornucopias will be huge. You know, a lot of people, a lot of gamers keep talking about Cornucopias. I've been watching that project since like 2021. They're just not done yet. They've been hyping up this metaverse for a long, long time. So I don't know. They're just not done. When they're done, they could be fantastic. I probably will cover them in the future. I probably will do a video about Cardano, all the latest, dApps on Cardano, and I'll be sure to cover them. Retro Bill. Thank you. Thank you. Coinbase stock up 4%. Microstrategy stock up 5%. Keeps on going. Going. Tesla stock not so good. People are asking about like Mara and stuff. So Mara and Hut 8. Mara is doing good, plus 7%. So everything that relates to Bitcoin, skyrocketing. Tom's Rock. I missed SCZ's meme coin the other night. It pumped around 57x overnight. You know, those kind of stuff you can't get in. The only people that made money on that are the ones that started it. And everyone else probably got left holding it back after they dumped. When it comes to like some random meme that pumps, just know that you're not going to make money from it. The founders are. The ones that release the token. They get a whole bunch of people to help pump it, and then they all sell out. And most people that FOMO in will get left, holding the bag. So don't worry about those. If you happen to catch it at the right time, you make some money, great. But don't regret that you didn't get into these memes. Miguel, I was wondering if I should get a forge. I don't have enough for Node, but like I was thinking if I should stake into a forge. Have you passed your POIR to Elysium? Do you need to I guess you need to transfer it over, right? I have not done that yet. Yeah, I think the tokens I hold are the ERC version. Thanks for reminding me. I dumped Disney, 150 a year saved. Yeah, Disney Plus, there's no reason for it anymore. I only had it because I was looking forward to Loki, and then now that's over, there's no reason to have Disney Plus. There's a lot of services that there's just no need for. Like I hardly watch anything at all. Like, and nothing really fascinates me. Oh, Bitcoin is going up. More. Oh. I watched a movie the other day called The Menu. It's kind of fascinating, but like it's unrealistic. But if you guys want, something mysterious, something weird, you could go watch The Menu on Netflix. Can you do a car review on Tesla Cybertruck? I'm debating if I should cancel my reservation or not. First of all, I don't think they're going to honor the previous price from years ago when I reserved. And second of all, the specs are not as good. And third of all, I don't even know if they could ramp up production. All I watch is George, then George reruns. Well, good. I hyped this up yesterday, but I'm going to hype up some more on CRU Plus. New series, new host, Grady. Crypto Grady, someone that I've come in contact with, and now I love the guy. He is a new host for Cryptos R Us Plus. He's going to be starting to do street interviews. This one he did with Loudmouth in Vegas, and there's going to be a few more like this, but in the future, he's going to start doing a lot more street interviews, and I think they're quite entertaining. So make sure you watch it. Also, Josh is still on here, and also all the IFC fighters, right, including Ben here. That video is hilarious. But make sure you check out Cryptos R Us Plus. And there will be more hosts also coming up. More crypto, more entertainment. Easiest way to buy DFK. You know, unfortunately, I've been telling Dreamer this, and he knows this. Oh, DFK up 12% today, up over 10 million. That's awesome. It's not easy to buy DFK or a Jewel token, right? I see they got listed on MEXC. MEXC just listed them. That must be new because they were not on any sexes. That must be really new. That might be why they went up 15% today. I just covered them last night. But traditionally, you get Jewel from within the game. There's a built-in DEX for it, so you have to move your Avalanche. You know, it could be Avalanche, like the AVX token or wrapped AVX token or whatever, anything else. There's wrapped like USDT, USDC. And then you would buy it in, you know. But I've been telling Dreamer to get some sex listings, and he knows that. But I think this may be out of. I mean, you can now get on MEXC then. I did not know that. That must be new. I know DFK is very confusing. Those of you guys that watch me or you've been in it since 2017 or 2021, they have completely changed. So I'm rooting for them. They're still like 99.9% down. So they're a long way to go. And I'm not saying I think they could go back to their previous high of 2021, but they are definitely a game now. They're not just a DeFi project. So I think it's going to be different. So it's good. Wasn't Jeb involved with CRU Plus? Yes, unfortunately, it seems like he couldn't. I mean, he was supposed to do street interviews. He didn't really enjoy it because he said it was too hard. He had other plans, and he said he was going to travel, and then he stopped traveling. So it just didn't work out with Jeb. The one who cares. Thanks for all the value that you bring. Because of you, I've made more money than ever. Congratulations. And I'm glad to hear it. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay? I may not show a lot of memes or a lot of micro caps. Okay? There's a lot of other channels that do that. I like to focus on what I know, the big caps, and the mid caps, and some of the smaller caps. I could DJ a little bit, but primarily you stick with holding, DCA. That's really it, the winning strategy. I'm glad that is working for so many of you guys. What happened to Blockchain Boy videos? Same thing. Yeah, just I guess he's just a busy guy scheduling, couldn't get any videos. So I had to move on. Simon, you're helping me find ways to improve my own channel. Practicing, that's why I became a sub to support. Thank you. And I hope you I hope you do well on your channel. Growing on YouTube is the hardest thing ever. When I started in 2017, it was a little bit easier. It was hard then, but it's much harder now. You really have to find a niche. You have to grab the audience attention right away. You have to be perfect and spot on with your titles and your thumbnail, especially when you're growing. When you're bigger, you can mess those things up. It's fine. But when you're starting out, you got to hone in. It's very understated. You have to perfect your thumbnails and your titles. And then make sure that your content is good. My bro is a sheep maxi. How can I help him? Make him realize there are other coins besides sheep that are doing quite well, that actually have a ton of utility and they're thriving. So that's how you make it. That's how you break him out of becoming a sheep maxi. Man, we just need to break out of this again. We can't be stuck below it again. We need to break out of it, get a big short squeeze, pump up to 39,000 by tonight. Still looking forward to it. AI creates some good title these days. Harder and harder now to think of good ones. I know. Tell me about it. I have to do 2 a day. It's tough. Yeah, but you just got to keep on going. All right, guys. To conclude, Bitcoin made a new high for this year, 38.8. It's still looking good at 38.4 right now. We just keep trending upwards because Bitcoin is the way. Bitcoin strategy wins every single time, and it keeps on getting stronger. So continue to hodl, continue to DCA, continue to accumulate. We will be led to the promised land by Bitcoin. And it's the start of December. Santa rally is here. Let's see where this takes us. All right. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow, a little bit later, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tonight I won't be streaming, but of course, go check out Cryptos Are Us Plus, check out the Clips channel, and have a good one. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.